Hey everybody, I'll go ahead and get started. Give me 1 second. This is a collective reading today, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the reading. Go ahead and do this early, get it out the way. To start trying to do this a little earlier than normal. I hope everybody had a good Monday, starting the week off right. My day went by rather fast, which is kind of how I like it sometimes. Get the work day over with quickly. All right, I'll go ahead and get started. It's a collective reading. Welcome in. Let me stop. I'm going to get the overall energy of the reading, what it's going to be. I've been having the Eye of the Tiger theme song from Rocky. Just right before I started this reading, it was just going over and over in my, I don't know why. And I don't know if that's significant, but we're going to see. I'm going to pull up the lyrics for it just so I can see real quick. Who's that? Hey, how you doing? Let me see. Go ahead and pull these lyrics up real quick because I want to see something. I don't know why that song was in my head. But the one that I go ahead and pull it up. Hey, Miss Sophia, how are you? This is a collective reading, darling. I was saying, the Eye of the Tiger song from the Rocky movie, right before I started this live, was just playing over and over and over in my head. I don't know if that's significant, but we get ready to find out. I'm looking for the overall energy right now. Hold on. I'm trying to pull up the lyrics so I can see. Wait for that to pull up. Yeah, we're not going to use this website because it's tripping. Try that. Okay. Literally, right before I started this video, I started hearing the Eye of the Tiger song. What in the world? Why am I hearing that? I love the Rocky movie, by the way. Set that to the side. I'm looking for the overall energy, and I'm wondering. Okay, so I already have one card. And we're going to try to pull the rest of these cards. I do have the lyrics up there for me. Interesting. It's the eye of the tiger. It's the chorus. It's the eye of the tiger. It's the thrill of the fight, rising up to the challenge of our rival. And the last known survivor stalks his prey in the night, and he's watching us all with the eye of the tiger. Why am I hearing this song? Okay, what you got? Can I get some cards, please, for this reading? Thank you so much. Let's see what we got going on here. What else? Spirit ancestors, come on, talk out. What else do you have? Let's see what we're gonna do. What's coming out today for the collective spirit? What else do you have, please? One more, please. Can I get one card, please? Just one. Thank you so much. All right, so there's 5 cards on the table. Now, the song The Eye of the Tiger is something I heard right before I started this video. I asked for the overall energy of this reading, and I got the snake card for the overall energy, okay? Don't ask me why. I have no idea how this is going to tie together. But for the snake card being the overall energy, it says competition and enemy. The other woman, look over your shoulders. Competition, standing out, and enemy. The other woman, look over your shoulder. And we know this song, Eye of the Tiger, is from the boxing movie with what's his name? I cannot think right now, but it's a competitive sport if you're in boxing, okay? It's Rocky, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay? And so we have this song talking about boxing. Well, it was made for the boxing movie. And then we have the snake. We know boxing is a competitive sport, and then you got the snake, which is talking about competition and enemy. So there you go, there with the competition. The other woman, and look over your shoulder. So the cards I have on the table, my first card is the closure card, okay? Okay, that's my very first card that came out for this year. With the closure card, it says final chapter, accepting what happened, answers, or self-made peace. You don't have to wait for an apology. So this card is saying that somebody does not need closure from somebody. Stop looking for closure. Don't expect closure. Quit trying to get closure. Or somebody's just not going to give it to you, even if you think they will. It's saying that there will be no closure one way or the other. Either you need to stop looking for it, trying to make it happen, or that person, the other person that was connected to you, has decided not to give it to you, okay? They're avoiding closure. Next card is fake friends in the reverse, okay? This is what it looks like in the upright, and it says, two-faced company, smiles in public, shade in private, hidden agenda and sabotage. They celebrate you in public and hate you in private in the reverse, okay? This card being in the reverse is saying that somebody was a fake friend to you. It's in the reverse because y'all are no longer friends, or it says friends on here. This could be more than friends, but at this point, this is just talking about a friend right now. So somebody that used to be connected to you, you might have friends on, but y'all not even in connection no more. So it's in the reverse, okay? And the next card is going to be the green flags card that came out in the reverse. This is what it looks like in the upright, but in the upright it says healthy effort, clear communication, actions match words, safe to lean in. So this came out in the reverse. So whoever this fake friend that you used to be friends with, you're no longer friends with, okay, there was no clear communication. So communication began to get, what's the word I want to use? I want to say skewed or just jumbled up, where there were misunderstandings. The actions did not match the words of this person that claimed to be your friend, and you no longer felt safe around this person, okay? Probably why you got the snake card to say that this person was in competition with you. That's why I got this song. So it's coming together. All right. Then you got the real ones card in the upright. And this card says, loyal hearts, tell you the truth, not just what you want to hear. Safe to be yourself, ride or die energy. So you could have been the person that was the real one within this friendship with this person. And you found out that that person that you thought was your friend was not. They were fake. Okay. And this is when communication began to get skewed because this person was in competition with you. And you were slowly but surely learning that this person wasn't really your friend, that they really was your enemy, okay? And you were the real one, okay? You were the person that they could come to all the time and talk to you about anything. You was always willing to listen and lend a listening ear and try to give some good advice to this friend, okay? You had a really good heart, loyal heart to this person, and you always was telling the truth, okay? You didn't sugarcoat nothing to this friend, but you was also there for him, okay? You told them what they needed to hear, not what they wanted to hear, okay? Then you got long distance love on the end here, okay? They came out in the upright. And I'm yet to see how this is going to tie into this reading, but long distance love, miles apart, hearts connected, time zones, and trust test. Extra effort required, communication is your lifeline. I don't know how this is going to tie into this reading, but we can find out, okay? So far, the overall energy of this reading is the snake card, talking about competition and your enemy. The other woman, look over your shoulder, okay? And this being the overall energy, the main thing I'm focusing on is the competition and the enemy, okay? So a snake, a lot of times you don't know it's there, okay? You don't know it's there until almost the last minute, because that's how snakes move. You know, kind of like cats. You don't know it's there or where it went because you don't hear it move, okay? And then it'll be gone, and next thing you know, it's there, like snakes, okay? Competition is one of the biggest things that I'm feeling right now, that you finding out that this fake friend was really competing with you, okay? This is what's going on here. So when competition pops up, that's why I was hearing the Eye of the Tiger song, because this is about boxing and winning, okay? This is about a competition. That's what boxing is about, okay? So competitive sport. May the best person win. Can't say man no more because women are boxing, okay? All right, so we're going to get some clarified closure, please. Can I get a card on closure, please? Closure card is saying that you don't need any closure. You don't need to wait for an apology. Give yourself closure. Apologize to yourself for being in this friendship with somebody that was fake to you and you didn't know. You didn't know. You found out, though. Okay? Because at some point, your competitor, your enemy is going to reveal themselves to you. A snake does reveal itself, but usually by the time it reveals itself, it's about to bite you, and you barely will have time to get out the way, okay? So this is somebody that you don't need to wait for closure on this person, okay? Whoever this is that was supposed to be your friend, give yourself closure. Walk away. That's what this is saying. Accept what happened. Accepting it. Accept what happened between. It's the final chapter. The last thing was the last thing. Accept what happened. Okay? Accept the whole thing. Give yourself some peace. Close it out. Okay? Because that so-called friend of yours was wearing a mask. Okay? This is why. This is why you don't need no closure. Because you was duped. You was fooled by this person. Okay? They was wearing a mask the whole time. They really wasn't your friend. This is why you got fake friends in here that's on this spread in the reverse, okay? Because they weren't your friend. You was their friend, but they wasn't yours, okay? And I'm real sketchy about who I call friend. I don't play with that word too much. You know, it's just like saying you love somebody. You shouldn't play with that either. You know, you should put a lot of value on calling somebody your friend, because this is going to be somebody that is going to feel like family. You can have love for your friend. You know what I'm saying? And you can have an emotional bond with your friend. You're supposed to have trust with your friend and all these things. And you may have been that person, you know, to them, but they was not that to you. And that's because they was wearing a mask, like it says, okay? Anything else? Thank you. Yeah, so Target came out, okay? So once this person was revealed to you that they was not your friend, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me. You started realizing that this person was targeting you at that point. You know what I'm saying? So this person could have started talking about you. Okay? Or you could have been trying to reach a different goal after you left this person alone, you know, and you ended the friendship with this person, or they ended it with you, or however, y'all not friends no more, okay? But this person could have started targeting you after you left them alone, because sometimes people don't take rejection well, even in friendships. And so when they do that, sometimes they'll start, hi, Leanna. They'll start targeting you and talking about you behind your back. But, you know, a lot of times when people do stuff to you, after the fact, is usually because this is how they always felt. This is what it was already always there. You know what I'm saying? If it's so easy for somebody that's supposed to be close to you or love you or whatever, whether it's a relationship, a friendship, a situationship, whatever it is, if y'all got an emotional bond and then y'all not friends no more, y'all not connected no more, if it's easy for them to start talking about you like a dog and throw you under the bus and put all the blame on you, then that was always there. And that's how I feel about it. So this person targeted you. They were wearing a mask. Mm-hmm. Yup. One for closure, please. That's crazy. Can I get one more for closure? Oh, the other one? Okay. Yep. So this is what was going on. So this is saying that you don't need no closure. You don't need to ask that person why did they do what they did. It's not even important no more. Don't ask them nothing. Don't ask them nothing else. You don't need to ask. You don't need an explanation. Even if they try to come back to you with an explanation, don't accept it. Because they shouldn't have did what they did to you. Yeah, these cards want to talk. I don't know what they want to say, but they want to talk. Yep. I got one for closure, please. Yep. So whatever this person did to you, this is supposed to be your so-called friend. For you to find out that they was a fake friend after all the y'all had went through together and all this confiding in one another and being there for one another, were you doing most of the work as a friend? This left you heartbroken to find out that that person really wasn't your friend. And then it broke your heart even further when they targeted you and start talking about you after y'all friendship ended. They start talking about you to anybody that would listen. So it kind of broke your heart, you know what I'm saying? Because you was looking like, I can't believe they did that. You know, I was there for this person. I was there for them. So how is it that they sitting up here, you know, and go out here and just be talking to folks about me and you getting hearsay back about them talking about you? Yep. And to confirm that you need to give yourself closure, the death card just came out, okay? This is not a literal death. This is meaning put it to death. Put it to no second chances. Don't give it another second. Don't resurrect this. This is what it's saying, okay? It's over. Grow and transform from it. What's dead is dead. That's exactly what it's saying. Leave it alone. Can I get some for fake friends in the reverse, please? Yep. Thank you. So old school came out in the reverse. Let me show y'all this card. Hold on. Okay. In the upright, it says outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. Okay. So it's like you keep rewinding the tape and trying to go over everything and trying to figure out what happened. You know, what led to this point. You'll find out it had nothing to do with you. It was them. It was the way they thought. It was the way they looked at things, the way they perceived things. Because to know that this person, the whole time that y'all was in this friendship, supposed to have been like your best friend, was looking at you like that, I wouldn't be surprised if another snake card came out, because this is two different decks I'm using. So one deck already, the overall energy is the snake, okay? So this person, when y'all was supposed to have been good friends and stuff, all this stuff y'all doing together, kicking it and confiding and talking, this person know a lot of your business, okay? They had outdated thinking from jump, okay? This is why old school came out. They weren't looking at the like it was, correctly. And I want to show y'all something on this fake friends card. I'm gonna put it. It came out in the reverse, but I want you to see it in the upright. When you look at this card, you see two people in the back. One of them is your best friend, was your best friend, and she talking to somebody else. Okay, she gossiping, or he, male, female, masculine, feminine. Okay. So this person, the whole time y'all was friends, they was telling your business and talking about you to other people. That's what it's saying. So this person was fake from the jump. You didn't even know that this is what they was doing. But they was talking about you like that. They were telling all your business, all your secrets, all of that. This is probably somebody you know right now. You think about somebody right now. You already had a suspicion about this person. That's what I heard. Now I'm telling their business. How about that? Oh, the other one? Okay. Yep. Can I get 2 more cards for the fake friends, please? Wow. To find out that your friend was not your friend, and that they was talking about you the whole time. They was wearing a mask, and when you figured them out and y'all friendship ended, they targeted you. It broke your heart because you couldn't believe that this person did all of this and was being fake the whole time. You really cared for this person, but then after y'all friendship ended, they targeted you. They really started talking about you like a dog, telling all your business, for real, for real. All the stuff they didn't tell before, they told everything after that. Yep. So we got CEO energy that came out in the reverse. And the upright is taking charge, making big decisions without apologies, knowing your worth, and I'm running the show. So it came out in the reverse. So this person did not want you to get into that type of energy where you had your self-confidence about yourself. And that's probably why they were your enemy anyway, because you loved yourself and you was very confident about your, who you was. And you felt like, you could be an advocate for people, even for this so-called friend of yours. And you were very confident about what you knew and how you went about things and how you related to people and stuff like that. This person, what it was, I feel like jealousy is gonna come out, but they were jealous of how you was moving. Like you can relate to people, you connect to people easily, and you selflessly offered your help to, people when you felt it was necessary, including this person. And maybe that's what it was. They kind of got jealous of the fact that you was like that, and maybe because they saw you, they want, you being that way with other people too. Some people get a little possessive, even in friendships. They can be possessive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why the CEO energy came out in the reverse. Because you was a take charge type of person. You was more of a leader, and you had compassion for people, and you had confidence and stuff like that. And they were watching you not only be that for them, but for other people as well. Let me see what this is. Yep. Red flags is in the reverse. And it came out in the reverse because you was missing the red flags with this person. There were certain things that they were saying to you that you wasn't paying attention to. They had double meanings, okay? You know what I'm saying? So this is why I feel like I feel the energy of jealousy. With this card coming out talking about red flags, the only reason you would have red flags is if somebody started moving funny. You understand what I'm saying? But you weren't paying attention to that because you had you trusted this person. You didn't, your mind didn't think that this person would snake you. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. But you was ignoring the signs. Yep. You wasn't believing what they were showing you. You wasn't thinking that this person was really snake, but they were. Yep. They were secretly hating on you. Yep. Now we're gonna move to green flags. Okay, green flags, everybody knows the opposite of red flags, okay? Red flags is the bad stuff, green flags is the good stuff. Red flags, when you see them, mean stop. Green flags, when you see them, mean go. It's like the traffic light, okay? You had a healthy green flags, and the upright says a healthy effort, clear communication, actions match the words, and safe to lean in. So this person, you after a while, you didn't feel safe with this person like you used to. You didn't trust them like you used to. You know, the relationship, the connection between you and your ex-friend wasn't healthy anymore. It began to get, a little strange, a little weird, because they was moving funny. So their communication and how they talked to you started to change, started to be altered, okay? And then how they was moving also wasn't matching the words that they, that was coming out of their mouth. So you started to notice it, so maybe it's possibility you said something about it, you know what I mean? They're supposed to be your friend, and then when you said something about it, I don't know how many times y'all talked about it or whatever, eventually this mask that they was wearing, because we did get the mask card. I want you to understand that. The mask that they was wearing fell off, okay? They got mad because you peeped their game. That's why green flags is in the reverse, because you started to see all these different good things about this person turn into bad things. So the green flags turn into red flags, okay? But they didn't want you to see that, and you didn't want to see that either, because you didn't think that about that person, but that's exactly what it was, okay? So here you got friends, but you got friend zone. See that? Friend zone. This is coming out for the green flags, okay? Great vibes, no sparks, more buddy than they, safe but not romantic, except the role that they can offer, okay? So basically a platonic relationship, okay? People being cool. It doesn't say it's male or female. It doesn't say two women or two men. It say two people. That's what it's saying. So masculine, feminine, okay? Take it as it resonates. So this person was definitely, you viewed them as a friend, a real friend. And you did feel safe. You got safe out here twice, okay? Can I get another card for the green flags, please? This is what's happening right here. This person probably was in competition with you. With the overall energy being a snake, which talks about competition and enemy, the other woman. Look over your shoulder. They probably was in competition with you in secret, but you didn't know that, okay? You was in that CEO boss energy. You was in that energy of confidence, making stuff happen. Making good decisions and stuff, big decisions, knowing your worth and stuff. You didn't let anybody talk to you crazy. And this person didn't have that energy about them. They weren't like you, so that's probably why they was envious and jealous of you, and competing with you in secret. It could be some shady stuff like y'all go out and go eat, and they invite some other people that's really not friends with you for the first time, and you looking like, it's just something that you and that person do, that's y'all thing, on a certain day of the week or night of the week or whatever. Y'all do lunch or whatever, and they just suddenly some people that you don't even know. That's moving funny, okay? Because this is supposed to be your friend, your best friend. Like, why are you going to bring some people I don't know? I'm not friends with them, I'm friends with you. So we got healing era that came out in the reverse. So here it is in the upright, but it came out like that. In the upright, it says therapy, journaling, shadow work, breaking old cycles, soft but strong. You're not who you used to be. Okay? So after y'all friendship ended, it probably bothered you quite a bit. I don't know if it's necessarily you that needed therapy. I think your friend needs therapy because of how they was behaving. Because how do you fake all that time being a friend with somebody? You wearing a mask the whole time. You acting like a really true friend, like you love somebody, and you're there for them. You know what I mean? You playing a role very well. And you let jealousy get in the way because you're not like that person. They have qualities that you don't have. You're not looking at your own self-worth about what qualities you have. You're looking at that person and comparing. But you're supposed to be friends. And this person, you being the other person that they're looking at like that, You still being there for them. You're not even aware that this person is thinking like that about you. So I'm thinking to be able to fake all this time, obviously it's a long friendship, to be able to fake and go through all this, different things that y'all went through and, the hanging out and the different things y'all did together. Y'all probably went on vacations and all kind of stuff, whatever. You know what I'm saying? To have faked all that time, have been wearing a mask, and then all at once you let that person know you don't like them because you asked a few questions about how they moving. You tell them that you don't like them, you hate them, or probably hated you. You've been wearing a mask all this time, and then you've been telling that person been telling your business the whole time y'all was friends. Yeah, that's the person that needs therapy, not you. Some of y'all journal. Y'all write down things that happen throughout your day. Some of y'all journal every day. Some of y'all journal like a few times during the week. You write down things, and this is something that you want to do too, so you can keep up with what happens in your life, so you can see yourself progressing through different things. Especially if something is going on in your life, you journal a lot and you're very detailed. Some of y'all do that. Okay, that's good for you though. It's actually good for you. It helps you to heal from whatever it is. Because you can go back and look at different things that was happening, where your mind was when you write certain things in that journal. And as you see yourself growing and progressing, you can track it in your notes. Okay? And then the next, so when I say you was around a snake, you was around a snake. Okay? This is the sugar-coated card. Okay? You were the type of friends that didn't sugarcoat nothing. Okay? You didn't do that. You were. That person pretended to be just like you. Okay? So their words were sugar-coated. They'll say something. And also, sugarcoating something is like sweet words hidden with a sting. When I said earlier, double meaning, a double meaning to the words that they be saying to you. Stuff starts sounding a little funny, starts sounding a little strange, you know what I mean? And you sit back after a while, you can't just take their words at, face value. You got to start digging a little deeper, because you start feeling the energy shifting like, okay, hold on, wait, what did they mean by that? You know what I mean? What do they mean by that? And when I tell you that this person, I told you, I sense jealousy. This person didn't want you to grow, and which is horrible, because in romantic relationships, you have people, your partner that's supposed to love you will do the same thing. And it also happens in friendships, which is what we're talking about here. Here's a level up card in the reverse, okay? So this person did not want you to grow. They didn't want you to, you were a high vibing type of person. That's how you are. You're high vibing. You probably get along with people. It's probably easy for you to relate to strangers or whatnot, and people are probably pretty receptive of your energy. And this person has been watching you the whole time, supposed to be your friend, and they were hating the fact that you would like that, because they're not like that. They don't do that. They don't have those qualities, You was type of person that was bound to grow and become even greater than what you already are. And they didn't want that to happen, which is why the level up card came out in the reverse. So you had a hater. This was your competition. That's why I heard that song, "Eye of the Tiger." That's why I heard it, because this is about competition. This is about someone made themselves your enemy. That's what they did, and you found that out when y'all friendship ended. You found out more than anything that they had been talking about you the whole time, which blew your mind and broke your heart. And then also, everything that they didn't tell before, they told that and then some. So every little thing you said to this person was no longer a secret. And when I showed you that fake friends card, where these two people were standing in the background talking, they talked to your enemies. You hear me? People that didn't like you, and they was fueling the fire so those people can continue to not like you. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know how long that they thought that they could continue to hide that they didn't like you, that they were your enemy. I don't know how long they thought that was going to keep going. Here's another card of two people talking behind your back. You understand what I'm saying? So when you walk in the room and get hush hush, you see that? The cards say office politics, but the office can actually just be an environment. It don't have to actually have to be an office unless you and this person work together. Okay. So it's an environment that will change whenever you would walk into the room. You know what I mean? So if you go out with the rest of y'all friends, if y'all have friends in common or what have you, and y'all go out and you come a little bit later than everybody else, you know, you feel that awkward energy when you get there. Y'all going out to eat, and once you sit down at the table, it's like, you know, really awkward energy in there. That's because they was talking about you. Can I get one for real ones, please? Because you was a real one. That's why this card is out here. You were very loyal. You told the truth. You didn't do all that lying and gossiping and stuff like that. But you did tell the truth. You was the one that didn't sugarcoat nothing, okay? You didn't tell people what they wanted to hear. You were the one person or one voice out of all of the rest of them that was going to tell it like it was. And you weren't going to be sarcastic with it. You was just going to speak truth. And that's one of the things that your friend, so-called friend, didn't like about you. Ain't that crazy? They didn't like the fact that you didn't speak truth. But see, you never saw that. You didn't see this person as a red flag. That you just did not. It never crossed your mind. Because this person was wearing a mask and they was mimicking you. They were just like you, trying to act just like you. Okay. So for real ones, we got disharmony. Okay, like I said, here's disharmony and it's in the reverse. I don't know if you can see it. It says disharmony at the bottom, but yeah, I mean at the top, but it's in reverse. And this is to clarify real ones. You was the real one, but they was the fake, okay? And they're the one that caused the disharmony in y'all friendship, okay? They are the ones that brought the issues and brought the chaos and start moving funny. You didn't do anything. So then everything that they did, it just ended up being that y'all were just really not on the same path. Y'all weren't in alignment as friends like you thought you was. That's because of this person. Y'all perspectives was different. You saw things one way, they saw things another way. You was the one friend that kept it super real for real, the real meaning of keeping it real, and they was calling themselves keeping it real was being fake as a $3 bill. Yep. You was the one in this relationship trying to keep things balanced, okay? This is after you started getting that weird vibe from this person and you was trying to fix it, you know, trying to figure out what's going on. You start asking questions, okay? You was the one that was maintaining the stability in the friendship. Even and this is, you know, you started feeling like this person could possibly have some ill feelings towards you. You know, really they was your out, okay? You put in effort to, you know, try to balance things back out again, try to get your friend, you know, get your friend back the way it was before. They was not trying to cooperate. Can I get another one for real ones, please? Got mixer, okay? Mixer is in the reverse, okay? In the upright, it says the coming together of differences, chaos, confusion, complex situations, but it's in the reverse. So and after a while, you know what I'm saying? When the balance couldn't be restored, you stop trying, okay? You stop trying to come together with this person like this card says. You know, bridging the gap with the differences and stuff. You stopped that. And you wasn't about to be in that chaos that this person was bringing or the confusion they was bringing, you know, making a mountain out of a molehill was something that wasn't nothing. So this person was deliberately starting things with you. Yeah. So now we're on the long distance love card here. This is a card that I say, I don't know how this ties in, but for long distance love, it says miles apart, hearts connected, time zones, and trust tests. Extra effort required. Communication is your lifeline. Now, all of that I said about this person is true. This is for somebody. It's not for everybody. So take it as it resonates. This person was jealous of you. They were jealous of you and how you were, how your outgoing personality, you know, how you were a truthful and loyal person. You weren't a gossiping type of person. You be there for people. You never met a stranger. You know what I'm saying? You didn't think, you didn't have backwards thinking. You know what I mean? You can get around people and get along with everybody. This person was talking about you behind your back. Everything that I said is true about this person. And they were jealous of all of that because they didn't possess those qualities. That's why they was in competition with you. But with this quest card coming out, clarifying this long distance love card, I said, I don't know how it tie in. It could have been, now that it's coming to me, and I'm feeling it right now, that the jealousy that this person had towards you wasn't just all those things I said. It could have been because you now had a love interest, a romantic interest. You might have started off talking to somebody long distance. Could have been long distance. It don't mean necessarily a different state. It doesn't necessarily mean that. It just might mean that y'all don't spend as much time together because maybe you work the way you work, your work schedule. You know what I'm saying? And maybe our schedule is clashing, but you probably started seeing somebody and your friend got jealous. They do get jealous. You start seeing somebody else and you got a best friend, sometimes they're happy for you and sometimes they're not. Yep. So the quest card came out to clarify the long distance love card. So this person probably more than likely got jealous of the fact that you started seeing somebody else. And see, that started moving you away from this person. In their eyes, their perspective was that this person was going to take you from them. That's why we had a quest card, which is going on a journey. But it's in the reverse because they didn't want that to happen. That's why I started acting a fool with you and started moving funny. They was trying to prevent you from leaving them. That's what they thought was going to happen, okay? Then you got the dead end card that came out also to clarify the long distance love card. With a dead end, this is like a place or a condition where things must stop or options are exhausted. But it came out in the reverse. Another card that speaks of this person's insecurity, which is saying the same thing as the quest card in the reverse. That they feel like that the friendship was going to come to an end because you started seeing somebody else. And you probably gave them no indication that that was going to happen. It's a natural thing that when somebody starts seeing somebody else, they're going to start spending time with them if they want to have that connection and that relationship. That's natural. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's natural. So why would if this best friend cares so much about you like they said, then they want the best for you and they want you to be happy. So what makes you happy should make them happy, right? No. They didn't have the right same perspective as you had. That's how you would look at it. That's not how they look at it. Okay. Don't make any sense. But you get a obsessive partners and obsessive friends. All working together. Okay. One more, please. Thank you. Journey again. 3 cards. Now, when I tell you, my ancestor team is the bomb. 3 cards in a row. Quest in reverse. Dead end in reverse. Journey in reverse. When I say your friend, your ex-friend, did not want you to leave them. They felt like you were going to leave them because you're seeing somebody else. Okay? The quest card meant that you going on a quest is like a journey. They felt like you can really lead them. Go on your journey with this person that you started dating or whatever, and it's going to pull you away from them. Then you got the dead end again, which meant that they thought the friendship was getting ready to be at a dead end, at a standstill. There's nowhere else to go with it. That I'm going to lose you again. Then it turns around. You got the journey card again. That's 3 times. That's telling you this is in the reverse. They felt like you were getting ready to leave them because you met somebody and started dating them. So you had the kind of friend, and if this ain't you, again, if it doesn't resonate, then this is not your story. They felt like you were getting ready to end. Y'all not going to be close no more. You're not going to be as close as you used to be. You don't have to spend no time with them. That's the confusion and, the conflict that they started. Because you wasn't as available like you used to be. You wasn't ignoring them. You're spending time with your new love. And they had a problem with that. Because how can you expect to have the same type of time spent with your friend that you used to have if one of y'all is seeing somebody else? It's not possible. But as real friends, that's why I say you be careful who you call friends. As real friends, there should be some understanding that this is a possibility. And you don't forget your friend. You make the time y'all do spend together worth it and count. You know what I'm saying? Make it special because you don't see them as much. But you don't just drop them. And this is what that person thought you was going to do. Yep, that's what they thought. And here's that labyrinth card. See, that person didn't understand. This is a puzzle. This means I don't understand. They didn't fully understand that you could still be friends even though one other person is seeing somebody else. You can still kick it and hang out. It's not going to, just like I just said, it's not going to be like it used to be where you had more access. But their mind wasn't working right. So they turned on you. That's what they did. Out of jealousy. Never mind the fact that you was how you are, high vibing and this and that, all these good qualities about you that they don't possess. They was jealous and envious of that as well. But once you got a love interest, that was it for them. Yep. That's what happened. Any closing messages? We like to close this out, y'all. 47 minutes in. Do you have any closing messages for the collective? My hands don't want to work today. One more. Any closing messages? Can y'all tap that screen for me, please? And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, can you please subscribe to the channel for me, please? I will really appreciate it. All right. Any closing messages for the collective? You got the Eight of Pentacles in the upright. Okay. And with the Eight of Pentacles in the upright, this is saying diligence, passion, high standards, apprenticeship, mastery, skill development, repetitive tasks. Okay. So you're working on something right now, which could be this new relationship that you have currently. You could also be working on some other things. Okay. That probably is a reason why this person was also jealous that you probably was talented in a lot of areas. You probably had different things going on, different ideas and stuff that you was working on. Okay, and you've been diligent and passionate about that as well. You got high standards. Like I had said throughout this whole message that you're not the gossiping type of person. You're not the type of person that, that indulge in a lot of derogatory type of behavior or talk. You're not a gossiper. You're not a slanderer. You don't just talk about people. You will be considered by this person and people that think like this person as a goody two-shoes. That's how they would look at you. It's not saying that you're a goody two-shoes. This is how people look. People like this look at people like you. Okay? Yep. So, you got skills and they don't have those skills. Then you got the 10 of clubs, 10 of wands in the upright. Why I say club? Maybe this person like the club, and you don't like to do a lot of clubbing. You might do some, but not a lot. But the 10 of wands in the upright, this is a Sagittarius energy. This is burden, extra responsibility, hard work, and completion. So maybe this person looked at you as your life being easy, and then theirs is always hard. See, all in ones, that person is carrying this hard labor. That their life, they didn't get it as easy as you. They feel like you get it easy. Anything else you want to say to the collective before we end? So you had a op as a friend and you didn't even know it. It was secretly your enemy. Anything else you want to say to the collective? I feel like it's one more message, so I'm going to go ahead and give you that. Give me a second. And we're going to end this. Tap that screen for me, y'all, if you would, please. Por favor. Like this video, please, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. You have any closing messages? Yes. You have the strength in reverse that came out. Okay. This is speaking of indecision, being bullied, self-doubt, fear, being timid, insecure, concessions, hollowness, inability to cope with, and lack of determination. Okay, so this is describing your ex-friend, okay? This person wasn't as decisive as you, because earlier in this reading, there's a card that said that you make decisions. Where is it? You make good decisions. The CEO energy card. It actually says it on here, making big decisions without apology, okay? So naturally, this card that's in the reverse is saying indecision is about your fake friend, okay? They didn't make good decisions. They couldn't handle the big decisions, okay? They had a lot of self-doubt. They were insecure, okay? They would give up quicker than they would try. And sometimes they didn't even try, depending on what it was, okay? They have the inability to cope with certain things that came along. Like, I feel like you figured things out and they didn't want to try to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have the capacity or, the ability, like this card says, to handle certain things. And you did. So these are also all things that this person was envious of about you. This was your eye, okay? They had a lack of determination when it comes to doing certain things. Like you get out there and go get it. This person wasn't like that. They were faking like they was. But wasn't nothing happening in their life like it was in yours. Like they was telling you that stuff wasn't happening. They were lying. Closing messages is exactly. This being the 5 of Cups and the upright. Got spilled cups on the ground, okay? 3 of them. This card is saying, this is a breakup card, and in this case, it's a friendship, okay? That's exactly what this is. It says break up. They gonna put the blame on you, exactly what I said earlier. They out here running your name through the mud. They betrayed the love that you have for your friend. This person was a pessimistic person. They weren't a very positive person. They were a very negative person, but they were hiding it from you. And then, like I said, with these three cards that came out, Quest, Dead End, and Journey. I said this person was afraid of you leaving them behind when you got with this love interest. And on this 5 of Cups card in the upright, it says fear of separatism, fear of separation. Feeling abandoned. So you see Spirit confirming that that's what the problem was. That was one of the biggest problems. Besides all your good qualities, they were afraid that you was going to abandon them because you started seeing somebody else. Oh my God. Last card, the parting message for the collective is the Moon in the upright. And this is just confirming that this person was wearing a mask the whole time. Because the Moon is hiding things. The Moon is secrets. Mm-hmm. The moon is confusion. To try to confuse you about who they really were. Mm-hmm. Tricks and lies. Hidden enemies. Right on the card. This was your hidden enemy. Listen to me when I tell you that was your hidden enemy. That was your op. It's right here on this Five of Cups. I'm sorry, this moon card. It's also on this Five of Cups. This Five of Cups is them feeling like you was going to abandon them. So that is the reading. This is what happened here. Just to recap, we started off with the Eye of the Tiger song. Mm-hmm. Hey, Mandy. We started off with the Eye of the Tiger song that I heard right before I started this reading, and I was trying to figure out why. I was reading some of the lyrics. We know, a lot of people know that the Eye of the Tiger song is a song for the Rocky movie. It's one of the theme songs for it. Mm-hmm. And then we know that that was all about boxing, which had to do with competition. And then the snake card came out, which is the overall energy for the reading before I got started. And it also has competition on here, okay? And enemy, okay? Starting it off with competition twice and enemy, telling you there's an enemy in the camp. With this whole reading, you were best friends with somebody. It's somebody you cared and you loved. Mm-hmm. But this person was wearing a mask. They were mimicking you and acting like they felt the same way about you and had the same qualities that you had. That they had the same interests that you had. Okay? They were wearing a mask. This was a fake friend. Okay? You missed all the red flags about this person because your mind never moved in the way that other people did. You know, you trusted this person. Okay? First card that came out is closure because y'all friendship ended. It ended because you found out this person was fake. The closure card is just was telling you, since y'all not friends no more, don't be looking for no closure. Did that. Put it to that. That's it. You don't need to get no closure from this person to ask them why they were doing what they're doing. Mm-hmm. What's dead is dead. And all the qualities about you that, you know, the good qualities and different things that you're good at and all these different characteristics about you that's positive and good were all the things that they hated about you because they didn't possess it really. They were wearing a mask to try to act like they were just like you. Mm-hmm. But this was a fake friend, okay? They did a lot. They did a lot. They were talking about you behind your back while y'all were friends, and they really opened all the way up until all your business when y'all weren't friends anymore, okay? You was doing a lot of the work trying to balance this friendship out. You was putting in a lot of work trying to mend things. You was the real one. They was the fake one. Mm-hmm. Come to find out, one of their problems was the fact that you had all these qualities and they didn't. And then when you started seeing somebody else, which, you know, you started seeing somebody, I won't say somebody else, you started seeing somebody, they felt like you were going to abandon them. And this is really the gist of the whole reading. That's what it was. This person was your op the whole time. What made them come out in the open is when you started dating. They couldn't hide it no more, so the mask fell off. They were trying to hide it though. They were trying to confuse you because you was asking questions like, you know, why they moving funny. But that's why. Okay? This is the end of your reading. It's the end of your reading. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back. I'm going to do one more. And we're going to call it a night. I hope that you received something out of this message. I hope it resonated with some of you. I know it didn't resonate with everyone. If you haven't liked this video, please do so. If you haven't subscribed, if you would please subscribe, that would be wonderful. I love you guys. I'm going to come back in about 5 minutes, and we're going to do another one, okay? All right? Thank you guys for joining. We'll see you soon. Peace, love, and light.